This meeting is being live streamed. So just go ahead.
Welcome to Living by Oak Values. For the last 2 years, we have built our foundation brick by brick, root by root. And since September, we have explored inner foundation and masculinity in relationships. Now we are in our final series of 2025, Wholeness and Integration. Today's theme, peace over proving. Does peace come from within or from the world around us? Growth isn't always about adding more. Sometimes it's about looking beneath, quietly, honestly, and without shame. We are not here to prove progress, but to test the ground we stand on, because real development isn't linear, it's layered. The deeper we go, the more likely we'll uncover old habits beneath new words or pain dressed as purpose. Then you.
Well, yeah. You actually took me for a shock so give me a second because I was like, there was one paragraph you had to read, and you came away with like 3 paragraphs. So I'm impressed.
Thanks.
I
Thanks.
don't know how you did that, honest to truth. So I'm Rob, and today we're going if you haven't heard, we're going to kind of do something a little different. And I'm going to be the external piece, and Gary's more the internal piece. And to start out, I guess I'm doing an opening statement, more or less, is that peace isn't proven by how calm we feel inside, but how we respond to the world around us, the external piece. And so we're going to be talking about a main value here, and that is, are you in alignment with who you are? Are you creating the harmony where conflict could exist? Or what if the conflict does exist? Are you creating harmony? And in my case, if you can create that external peace, does it help you? Um, and I want to start off with a story. When me and Gary first got together, he was always asking me why. I can't remember what you asked me something about like walking, and I said because he walks all the time, and I was like, I love walking because I can push the air around me. I
Hmm.
feel the air having to forcefully go around me, and I creating a peace in that aspect. And so I use that to say, hey, I am more powerful than the wind is, and it has to move around me. So, as we get through this, just know that it's much more pieces through your actions, tones, boundaries, presence is a lot more of the external piece, not just your feelings.
Yes,
Now
what
you're
he said.
Roy.
All right, so we have a little storyline. It's called the Storm and the Room. Have you ever noticed how two people can stand in the same room and have totally different weather inside? One man hears thunder and panics. He starts cleaning up the mess, closing the windows, moving the furniture, trying to make peace happen. That's outside peace, the peace you build, the kind you protect with boundaries, order, and space. The other man, he hears the same thunder, feels the same wind, but doesn't move. He breathes. He's not pretending the storm isn't real. He's just not letting it decide what's real in him. That's the internal kind of peace, the one that isn't earned or arranged. It's remembered. The truth is, we need both. External peace gives us room to breathe, internal peace teaches us how. One shapes the environment and the other shapes the man. So before we dive in, ask yourself, when life starts shaking the walls, where are you finding peace?
Actually, that was so good. I wish that was the closing remarks.
Well, my stuff's good, brother. What can I say? All right, roll with it.
Oh, so going off that story because it was such a beautiful story, and I told Gary, I said, you have to put that story in because that is exactly the storm is chaos. And And as we discussed and discussed, it was like, well, chaos is everywhere around us. It doesn't have meaning. It's noise, it's confusion. And the peace and trying to provide are kind of trying to bring order to chaos, but they do it in different ways. What, what would you take that proving
Well,
is, Gary?
proving fights chaos. It fights it by controlling it. So the harder you push, it'll push back. So you're trying to be enough. You're trying to earn validation. You're trying to fix the mess, like a shield.
Mm. Versus peace, either emotional peace or external peace, internal peace. It kind of meets the chaos like surrendering control. You stop chasing the outcome. You stop reacting. You let the noise pass through. Mm, it is kind of like a weapon, I guess. And Joel just said good evening on
What's up?
the YouTube. So,
What's up there, Joel?
and if you haven't read, there's a book that Gary. It's like meant to be. He said, "Hey, Robert, you really need to read this book. Um, Who Moved My Cheese? I don't know who was it by.
I forgot.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a perfect exploration into why your piece is better than proving. Because sometimes your piece isn't what you think it is, and you're after it, and then all of a sudden it changes, and it changes upon changes. And you're like, what kind of piece are you looking for? And are you staying in that piece because of fear and other things? All right.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with the first question for Rob here.
All
So
right.
when you say peace, do you mean the quiet around you or the quiet within you?
When I talk about external peace, it is the peace around me
Right.
and the peace that I create around me.
Okay.
And it may be, it may have to stay calm inside because I walk into another room. I have to walk away from a situation, or um, being flexible to just say, yes, that's okay. Adaptability is the word that I came across multiple times when researching this. And you have to be adaptable to have external peace
Okay.
because chaos throws numerous things at you. And if you just can't say, hey, take it in pieces, find that peace. So,
So the next part of that question, I guess. So do you have internal peace as well, or no?
I I do, but I use a lot of more external peace
Okay.
to create internal peace.
Okay. Gotcha. So
How about you?
I'm the opposite of you. I feel like the world outside it doesn't mean anything to me. I need to find that peace within me, and then I can tackle the world. If I am at peace inside, then anything outside, I automatically make it peaceful. I put it in its place where it needs to go. If I'm a mess inside, then everything outside's a mess as well. That's when the chaos is chaos.
Gotcha.
So, um, so my next
Wait, wait,
question
wait,
then, what's up? What? Sorry,
wait.
what do you
One
got?
second. We need to have Joel ask the questions. We need a moderator because he's sitting here coming with the questions already. He's really fast. He says, but would you guys say that peace begins internally before influence and manifest externally?
He's trying to start a fight.
Wonderful question. I know. Wonderful question, Joel. and I think we actually will answer it in the podcast if you stick around.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it can be internal, but it also can be external because you can have external peace and not be internally at peace. So,
I don't know how I can do that. Okay.
yeah, and I
Anyway,
think that goes into the um, similar question. Uh,
question 2 or 3, whatever you want to call it.
well, yeah, the next question is: can you truly have peace if people around you are in turmoil, or is it just emotional isolation? I
Truly
love
have
that word.
peace. Yeah, me too. Can I truly have peace? Yes. The people outside do not affect my peace.
Mm,
If you are in turmoil, or the people around me, or the things around me, my environment, I will find peace within me. That's why I meditate. That's why I do breath work. I am more concerned with the peace within.
mm,
So, so for the listeners, real quick, I want to tell them what emotional isolation is or is not.
gotcha.
Emotional isolation isn't about being alone. It's about being it's about being unreachable. The irony is it can look a lot like peace. You're calm, steady, unmoved, but underneath it's not serenity. It's numbness. Peace feels connected. Isolation just feels quiet. And every time I hear the word serenity, I think of Seinfeld, where he yells, "Serenity now! Serenity now!" Yeah, I had to throw that
Yeah,
out there. Anyway, Sort of Life said, "Howdy all." So, howdy, Sort of Life.
yeah, yes. How are y'all doing?
All right. So,
Forgot where we were. Oh,
oh,
back to
question 2.
question.
So I
Can
answered.
you have
Go ahead. Sorry.
peace around you if everybody else is in turmoil? And yes, and if you are working to create that peace around you, people outside of you will feel it, and you actually become their safe haven.
Um,
And a lot of that looks like not having to control everything, not having to correct everyone, um, knowing when to disengage from a situation. Just saying, hey, I'm walking away or I'm done with this conversation.
I have a hard
And
time with that one.
yeah, yeah. One of these, and I made this list flipping the script. You tell me that all the time because I have a hard time at work. I'm guilty of letting people push my buttons. And sometimes Gary's like, "Well, how do you flip the script?" And I was like, good thing." And so by doing that internally, sometimes it can help make an external as well.
Hmm.
So you can use it externally, flip the script externally, and create a good environment for you to be in. So,
Yeah.
uh, you want to, Joel says, interesting. I guess there can be confusion between peace, serenity, numbness. Never thought of that. Oh, yes.
They actually
I
all look
think
very
that's why
similar.
I like that emotional isolation word because it's like I used to do that a lot. That
Yeah.
used to be my safe haven, I guess. It used to
So
be my serenity.
with the numbness thing, like when I was in some of the worst spots in my life, I would just get numb, and that would appear to me as peaceful. Nothing could bother me because I couldn't hear or see anything because I was pretty numb. But it's not
Yeah.
healthy. Definitely not the way to do it. So, Rob, have you ever chased peace so hard that it became another form of proving?
Yes. And it, which is funny because it's an external piece.
Yep.
I used to run for the Attaboys.
Okay.
That it almost was like now it's like, is it your love language? Attaboy. You see?
Yep. Okay. Well,
And
that's
so,
that would be
yeah,
that would be an affirmation, would it not?
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually, it took me a while to realize that I was enough. And I hate to be taking into your inner peace, but it
Yeah.
did take a while for me to go and know that I was inner okay to have once to have the external as well. Okay. So,
Gotcha. So for
and
me,
I have a, go
I
ahead.
chase
Go ahead.
internal peace one time that I'm aware of, and it's a good one. I was at the gym in the sauna, and the coach I was working with had said that I needed to try meditating, to become enlightened or whatever the word is. And it's funny, I like roll my eyes at that now, but I meditate all the time. But I was in the sauna and I was sitting Indian style with my hands like this, and I was like, come on, meditate, yelling at myself to get into that state. And I'm like, this isn't working. Yeah, but that was like one of my first times trying to meditate, and it was very difficult. So I was chasing it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got on that. Other than that, I don't
Well,
chase anything. It finds me.
uh, actually, that's a perfect example of the book, Who Moved the Cheese. There are four mice in the story,
Oh, two mice and two
and
little people.
yeah, 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 two mice and two, yeah, yeah. One of them is named Hall. He and Hall, and him and Hall. Sorry, Hall finds his peace when he stops fighting the change and starts moving with it. And I remember you saying that it's like sitting on a surfboard
Mm,
in the middle of the ocean is where you found your peace.
yeah, with no
And I was
waves.
like, wow, it's like me driving the car. It's like it just starts moving. It's just there. It becomes peace. So,
Mhm. All right,
mm.
that's the next one, brother.
All right. If peace requires everything to go right, is it peace or comfort?
Both.
And the reason I didn't put my little answers in this question because I have made Gary uncomfortably not at peace by not having it go right on the what you call it, the blocks where they don't have the green light. And I would not get it right. I didn't do it on purpose. And it would be orange or red. And he would
They
have to
don't know what you're
he would
talking
be like,
about.
it's
The
not
blog.
green.
The He's talking about on our blog post. We have a setup where when we do
Yes.
put all the information in, if it's perfect, the light turns green, and that's good, like a green
Well,
light.
you met all the criteria. You met all the criteria and it's green. And it doesn't bother me, but Gary would be like, it has to be right. It has to have the green light. And
Perfect.
I'm
You
just
need
like,
perfection.
no, it doesn't. Does it? And it's like, does it have to be right to have peace?
Yes, because I was not at peace, and there was nothing comfortable about it. So
Yeah. It does it to me too, though. It's just like it doesn't bother me, but other things bother me, like having the car mess up. I have to step away and find my peace before going back to it. It's crazy.
So my
Um,
mom chimed in here and said that that book is by Spencer Johnson.
yes, yeah, and yeah.
So thank you, Mom. Appreciate you. I was trying not to
Did you
curse.
get Joel's earlier statement that I'm not guilty? Oh, he says I am guilty of numbness and not at peace.
We've all been
Yeah,
there before.
yeah.
Joe, are you still guilty of numbness over peace? Well, we'll let him answer, but we're moving on here.
Yeah.
Um, so, Rob, what is the cost of protecting external peace when your internal world is unsettled?
Mm, there's a lot, and it takes a lot more work to keep external peace when you don't have internal peace. Um, and what it looks like is you go around and you help others, and you're being nice, and they're relying on you, but then you come home and you walk into chaos because internally you can't go anywhere because you can't escape what's inside. You can escape walking out of the door of somebody else, but creating nice places help. But until you fix the internal piece, you're it is just chaos. The best word was chaos.
So I feel like you just admitted that internal peace was more important, but I could be wrong.
I did a
You
little
did.
bit,
So I'm right and
but
you're wrong. Now
because
I'm at peace now. Now I'm at peace. Ha
doggone it, that's not
ha.
fair. That's all right because it's almost like they work hand in hand
They
because
absolutely
you can
do.
have internal peace, but the world is just going to beat you down if you don't create external peace either. On the other
Right.
side of that coin,
You are correct.
I mean, but in this particular question, if you don't have internal peace, you have to work extra hard to make sure you have external peace. I mean, you might have to go like really, really work hard to find that closet to sit in and cry in. So,
Gotcha. All right. So the next part of this that we're getting into, still more questions, but these are very important, especially in relationships. So, Rob, but you want to ask this one? Or you want me to ask it? I don't know who asked the last one. Was it me? Whatever.
oh, you know what I thought about in that book, the two mice,
Yeah.
were they mice?
No, no, little
Yeah,
people. The little people.
little people. Oh, sorry, little people or mice? I can't remember which one they were. One of them, he is refusing to do um peace, I think it was. And he became so scared that it almost became a paralysis. And I've known a couple of guys like that. It's like they're so stuck in their ways. They're so scared to find peace because it means that what they have protected in the past has to be let go. And so sometimes it takes moving to a different place to find peace.
I think if that becomes
It's
hard
not
when,
always internal because that could be that's where your internal peace
Mhm.
wants you to stay the same. Your
Right.
internal peace is scared and says, don't change, don't do this, stay safe. But you need to move because external peace is not there.
Yes. That's like if somebody takes away your peace, like if somebody takes away your job or
Yeah.
your way of living, if it just disappears tomorrow, you have to start making peace of the outside world to pick the pieces up and move on. You could sit there and complain about it all day long,
Yeah.
but it's not coming back. Most likely not coming back. Anyway, so the next question, which is
So
going to relationships, is you want to ask it?
relationships. Okay. Do
Well,
you it is the silence question, right?
avoidance. Yes, silence. Yes, yes, yes. Do you think
Okay. Yeah,
silence
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah,
means
yeah.
peace, or can silence sometimes be avoidance? And that can go with significant other or a boss or anybody that's in your life.
I always used to use it as avoidance in the past
Okay.
because I was trying to find peace externally. So I would run away from things. But now stepping away, I think it's how you step away. Are you stepping away because you're so mad that you're about to blow up, or are you stepping away because you're doing it for the other person not to blow up?
It depends on who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you are grounded and listening, and you're steady and you're not taking the bait, then it's peace. But if you're choosing presence over reaction, then wait, what do I have here? If you're choosing presence over, wait, I'm not going to read that. If you're taking the bait, then you are not at peace. If you are taking it to prove that you are right, and there is no in between, then you are not at peace. If you are being silent to create that space for whoever it is to vent, to get through whatever it is, then you are at peace. So that's what I have. Anything on that?
So when life gets loud and chaos is running everywhere, what do you reach for? What do you reach for first? Your environmental safety, or are you just going to hide in your mindset?
That's not what the question says. You made that part up because I don't
I
hide
know.
in my mindset. I know. I don't
I
hide my
wanted to
mindset.
gear the question so that you.
You just don't want to be wrong.
I don't want to be wrong.
I control my mindset. I decide where my mind goes. Do I send it down a rabbit hole of stories that I'm creating, or do I control my inner peace? And I always choose to control the inner peace. At least for the last several years.
Yeah.
So, and you?
It took me a long time. I could say I actually enjoy doing external peace versus internal peace now. Because with external peace, you can tell that it actually it bothers people that you're calm and create a calm atmosphere.
How does that bother people?
And you're like, why are you bothered by it? Because they are not calm inside of themselves. You see? And it's like, oh, you're not calm. And so the story you're telling yourself is different. And that's okay. And it just like, I got it. And so it's much more watching other people live their lives is almost what it's like.
Yeah.
It's like watching a story unfold.
And if you are at peace, that story can unfold and it won't bother you.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually kind of enjoyable. Just sit there and they'll be like, and you'll be like, okay. I got it.
It's enjoyable to watch chaotic people live a chaotic life while you sit in peace.
Hey, if you want to do that, just turn on the TV and.
No, thank you. Don't do that. All right. So, Rob, is peace something that we earn through discipline, or is it something that we remember once we stop fighting ourselves?
That's a hard one. That actually is a hard one. And I like in the book, the Move the Cheese, I know two of the characters, they moved on really quick without a lot of discipline or overthinking.
The mice?
Are they mice or people? I have no clue now.
There's
Actually,
four.
you're gonna make me
There's
go back and
four
read the book.
characters. Two of them are mice.
Know.
Two of them are people.
I've
never seen a disciplined mouse before, but
anyways, two of them, the Sniff and Scurry. I remember that they're the ones who constantly act even before they really thought, they had this piece of acting, and it wasn't about being disciplined as much as it is more about moving forward and constantly moving. You don't sit and think about being stuck in the past. Did that make sense, or did I kind of just ramble past stuff?
You ran with a little bit. Gonna be honest
Oh,
with you. So I think it's something that we learn through discipline, or
mm,
so I don't discipline and remembering. So discipline is structured, but it's all based on memory. Both of them. I mean, because discipline you do it again and again. Remember, and memory is you think back what worked well, what did not work well, supposedly. So I feel like when I'm creating my piece, I think about what worked well in the past and what didn't. And by getting involved in your story that you're creating, that never worked well. And that's why I can look at people on the street that are having an argument and be like, cool, whatever. Or if that one person on the street has a problem with me being at peace, I know it's a story in their head. But in the past, I would try to get in their head and say, why do they not understand what I'm trying to say? They don't need to understand. And that no
mm,
longer bothers me. So
hmm,
I think I just rambled as well, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
gotcha,
Next
gotcha.
question is yours.
Well, actually, it goes back to Joel's question earlier.
That's
Can
why.
external peace if the person inside hasn't found stillness? And truthfully, you can't really have good external peace. Like not the fullness of external peace. Like in the book, it said like the cost of protecting that external peace and all the work you have to do. The world is very much chaos, and you'll practically become stagnant, or you'll waste your time, and you'll become like emotionally exhausted if you don't have internal peace. So almost no, I mean, it takes a lot of effort. And so unless you have some way of regenerating that effort, I don't think you can really have good external peace without being internally still.
So I think that question goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think that your external piece cannot survive without internal. It can be there, but it's not stable. It will fall apart. But it also goes the other way that if your inside, if you have inside piece like I have, and I use that piece to create peace outside. But if I don't create that piece outside and I let the chaos run all around me, then my inner will collapse. So I use the inner to build the
Mm-hmm.
outer, while you seem to use the outer to build the inner. So, there is honestly no right or wrong way. You need both, but you have to figure
Yeah.
out which one works best for you, and that's the ticket.
And
So,
I think that it goes back to the value word for the day. What was it? Alignment. And saying, hey, well, real peace isn't really what others see. It's what happens your inside and what your outside finally agree, where they finally align. Your external peace and your internal peace align. And that way you don't have to prove yourself to anybody.
right.
So,
So, but I'm always right. That's all that matters.
yeah.
Yes. All right. I think we want to do a call to action and wrap it up. Are we done?
Yeah. We're at the moment of silence.
Okay. Done. Moving on. Silence is terrible for the listeners. All right.
Uh,
Go for it.
not. Oh, wait.
For what?
I was going to give a moment of silence. Okay. Joel says, like you said, there was right and a wrong way. You do need both internal and external.
Yes, you do.
Good job, Joel. Yes. Yeah, we had a long discussion about that actually. So, yeah. Even though it seemed very short in this podcast, it was
Oh,
hours of
really?
talking about it.
Days.
Where were we? Moving on to the next
You're closing it out. We're done.
segment. Oh, sorry. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to today's episode, Peace Over Proving. Remember, peace isn't about keeping quiet or backing down. It's about alignment. What's happening inside of you matches what you're showing to the outside. As you go about your week, look for ways to have peace in your thoughts, in your choices, in your conversations. When you walk with peace inside of you, people will notice and they will feel it too. Uh, the Art Podcast is growing minute by minute. We want you to be a part of it. Get involved. Share your story. Let us know how you're finding your own peace in your journey. We would love to hear your story.
And before I start my closing piece, I want to say two things. One, we've got some huge news that we are going to drop on. We're going to start hinting it out on Saturday, but it's really big. It's really exciting. And the next thing is that if you guys remember the episode, Be a Rock, Not a Rug, with Joel and Glow, Joel is releasing a book. I believe it's on the 24th. I've already pre-ordered my copy, but it is called May December End, The Ballad of Joey Flowers. So go to Amazon, look it up, The Ballad of Joey Flowers, and get that book. Support Joel. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing book. So, but anyway, this conversation is just the start of wholeness and integration. Actually, yeah, it is a start because it's a 2-month series. If you're ready to go deeper, join us on Thursdays in the Motivated Men's Group. Sign up for the Inner Circle newsletter and grab your free ebook. Until next time, stand up, speak the truth, and above all, stay authentic. All right, guys, have a good night.
Have a good one.